Yo, what's up? What's happening? Welcome back to another episode of Football Focus Weekly with me, your boy, Nyata Kenan and MSC, and my co-hosts, Mr. James Livramento and Mr. Producer himself, Mr. George Eddie How was your weekend?
Umanza na produce hata si nini.
Wewe weekend yako sasa kujua venye nilikuwa.
Hautaki kujua weekend yangu vile ilikuwa?
Sidai. Producer ndiye aniambia weekend yake imekuwa aje?
Producer, hey. How's your weekend?
I'm feeling pain.
Where?
In my heart.
Yako ilikuwa aje Livramento?
My weekend was amazing.
Oh really?
Amazing.
How? Why?
Because first of all, which team do I start with?
Shabana.
Nasikia sikuzi Shah inafanya kazi vizuri.
The only Shah that's working the country.
Jamani. So, weekend ilikuwa poa. Kenya Lionesses. Ay. Those ladies just make me so happy.
My beasts.
Kenya Lionesses officially won the Challenger Series. We are literally top of the table by just 2 points over AC.
No.
We lost to Thailand in the group stage.
Yeah.
We won 2, lost 1 against Thailand. That was our first loss of the entire 3 series. But watu sema it's the way you come back.
Yeah.
The fact that they had a chance to play this team the next day. Now wakawanyorosha the next day. Mazi, mentality ni tofauti.
Yeah.
Wanasemanga nini?
Different mentality.
Built different.
Different gravity.
So, yeah. By the time the podcast is out, I'll have met them. But I shall be at, I don't know where the location is at, but I'm meeting up with the team alongside other people who've helped them out. They're having a breakfast just to celebrate the ladies.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to meet Stella Wafula. Yani, yeye ni kama
amenimaliza.
The football equivalent ya Wafula. Ni kama Merino.
Declan Rice.
Ni kama Merino. Because she's used to playing a certain position. But then the one day akambwa we and a wing. And she delivered 2 tries. Merino.
And I move crazy.
Merino in the flesh.
Come in a player. That's how I used to play.
And I move crazy. Yeah, but shout out to Lionesses. Nilikuwa na kwa live. Hata kama rugby is not your first sport, bado uko hapo una comment.
Haters have to be there. Haters have to be seen.
You're hating on the other team, not ujui players.
Yes. Haters are arriving. Kwanza nilikuwa nataka tupate Argentina. The previous one we got Argentina.
We beat them, in the same.
I was so happy.
No, we beat them in the final in Cape Town 1.
Like mimi in Argentina. In all sports. Hadi hii ya panga inaitwangaje? Fencing. Hadi yo. I'd rather support Penges.
Tia panga. Unaita sword panga. But this sword nini kwa Kiswahili?
Uswadi. Sidi Jafra anaitanga hivyo.
Wewe weekend yako ilikuwa aje?
Ilikuwa fiti. Yeah. That's all I can say. Niko live.
No, umevaa jazi unangoja.
And kicking.
Unangoja your big win of this Thursday coming at Old Trafford.
Hii ni ya nini? Hii ni t-shirts tu.
Usikii si tunakuja hate watch. Tunakuja kuongea Francais. Lyon, Olympique Lyon.
Before we get even to Thursday. Si tuingie pale Manchester on Saturday.
Let's start there.
We said Ogopa ali kick off.
And
the first 20 minutes tuliogopa.
Ogopa.
You know, I was in church. Then as normal, Biko asks Nelson. Nelson, kwani game iko aje?
The moment you see that.
Wewe mbona unaangalia simu ndoko church?
Sasa nilikuwa natoka like notification na come. Sasa ndio umewasha data text zinaingia, then kaangalia kwa notification bar. Unaona? Kwani game iko aje?
I wish there was a way you could customize hiyo notification ikuwe na notification sound yake.
Yeah, game iko aje?
Ukisikia tu
ujue ni kubaya.
Ujue game iko aje? Nikajua hapa ni kunaoma. Quick 2 goals from Palace. Actually 3. Kitoyo offside. Pep looked lost in this for the first 30 minutes. Juu unawekaje KDB wing? Like Pep is the kuyo first 11, 9 out of those 11 players ni midfielders.
Ni wing ama half winger.
Like what in midfielders?
So FC 25 ameingia chat.
Unaulizwa
kani half winger.
Inside forward. But what in midfielders?
Wewe rudi enda ucheze pes.
Inside forward is completely different.
What in midfielders?
Half winger sasa anaenda na cover wing. Ni midfielder anacheza ni midfield.
Acheza kwa channels.
Anaguza
Kwa spaces.
Sort of,
right
but
half.
leans more towards. In fact, I feel like that half winger in FC 25 was introduced because of Pep.
And Garnacho.
Unajua hiyo combination ya inside forward na half winger vile nilitold.
Okay.
Half winger inside forward falls back.
Eh.
Falls back.
Umekava channel zote but different ways.
Inside forward
Alafu
anakatin.
uzuri hiyo ni when you lose the ball on that wing. Cover iko.
Career yangu it will never be the same again.
Kuna cover hapo.
I'm going to sign mtu wa
Trent ni falls back.
Aki.
Plus.
Is it Trent?
Trent falls back. Na Aitunuri.
Pia left
I
side.
think I
But you can't play falls back on both sides. Anyway. Hiyo tutaendelea baadaye.
Yeah, so that for me that Pep lineup was kind of shocking. Now the first 20 minutes no one saw City coming back except me. Ventu nilisema ati nimesikia makelele kutoka Etihad kwani rada KDB scores. Nikajua mimi ni suara.
But
Then
that
rest
was
is
also
history.
maybe that's a testament to there's something they were trying.
Yeah.
In that KDB had way more freedom playing there. He didn't have those Akona responsibility defensively as he would have in midfield. Because they don't have Rodri. Which means whoever plays attacking mid, you have to play as a defensive as well, sort of, right? So you share. Ilikuwa Kovacic na?
Ilikuwa Gundo, Nico na KDB.
Sorry, itakuwa Gundo na Nico who are kind of sharing that. So because they don't have legs in midfield, and it's reached a point where Bernardo is playing literally as
Kwanza alianza ka sub.
half right back, half no ile game ya nini, the last game they played.
United, the boring derby.
Game yenyewe United. And not just that game, going backwards, right? You find that someone like that is playing and he's a cover fullback, and a cover fullback, and a cover midfield. And a cover defense rather, or defensive midfield. Which means whoever comes in after him has to do those roles. Unacheki. So, yeah, I think it gave him more freedom. But free kick ilikuwa wazimu.
Ilikuwa moto.
Free kick
I think
ilikuwa wazimu.
Bruno alianzisha hiyo trend ya kufunga ma free kick.
Bruno tena. We're here with Bruno.
It's true. Unaona keeper anasimama hii side, anakuachia ende hii side, then unamwekea hapo kwenye yako. Hapo tu kwenye yuko. Yeah, so I think it's something that we have to appreciate Bruno for starting that trend. Yeah, alafu congrats to City for the win. They deserve it.
Yeah.
They deserved it. Like this is the first time this season City have convincingly
Convincingly.
won a match.
This season?
Yeah,
I feel
convincingly.
the beginning of the season, they were not so bad. At the beginning of the season, they were not so bad if you think about it.
They were so bad.
No, if you think about how they were playing at the beginning of the season, maybe I'd say the first, before they met us,
Yeah.
hey, they were balling.
Sasa nyie ndio mliwaribia. They've never been the same since
The
they
downfall
met-
started then.
since they faced Saka.
Bukayo.
Talking of him, you guys were facing Brentford. Like that game I saw that.
Wait, so we finished with City.
What else can we talk about?
I want to talk about the fact that
Mamouche scored.
you think that, no, just generally, like it felt like the team had, after the 2 goals, it felt like, here we go again.
Wakajikumbusha ni City.
Exactly. And the way they came back, and the fact that they got back to 2-2 just at halftime.
Yeah.
And coming in the second half, the way they started the second half, like, we're giving Pep so much stick that we can't call him a great coach now, because now when he doesn't have the tools, he's not performing. Unacheki. But being able to especially call up on the youngsters, who's playing left back? O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Like O'Reilly is turning out to be like, and his size, he's a big guy.
Ian Kelly, like midfielder converted left.
A better than Ban.
Yes.
As
A black Danban.
maybe black Danban, but Danban is Danban. You cannot be better than him. Danban just gives you things that you don't expect on a field. Like he's just different. We'll get there, but yeah, the fact that they came back, the fact that they had the
Showed
Etihad
class.
popping,
Yeah.
and for me, the most important thing is that KDB. If nothing happens between now and the end of the season with KDB, this was his game, one last signature game.
Yeah.
Because this was the first time he played in front of his fans.
Yeah.
Since the announcement. So I was so happy for him. Like I was joking last year a lot saying KDB is my goat. Ever since he made that announcement, saying when he hit vizuri
Yeah, ni
KDB
goat wangu
atakuwa.
pia. Mimi nimekuwa nikisema kutoka
I
kitambo.
actually feel that KDB going is going to be a blow to the entire Premier League.
Yeah, the fact that he looks up to Bruno.
Sally, ilikuwa tu wapate tu place tu ya kuharibia. But KDB, yeah,
KDB ni
KDB was
good,
immense. He was really good the entire game.
Yeah.
Mamouche scored. Who scored the 4th and 5th goals?
O'Reilly scored.
O'Reilly. First of all, O'Reilly should have had a free kick. Should have had.
Makati scored
Sorry, Makati should have had a
hat-trick. Yeah. Before he
that
scored.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What an assist from Ederson. Now he's tied on 4 with Odegaard.
Nani?
Ederson.
He has twice as many assists as Phil Foden.
Tied with Odegaard.
He has twice as many assists as player of the season last year.
He has more J than Hoyland. Ningumu.
Anyway.
So, yeah. Arsenal played Brentford. I expected a lot from Mbumo. Although Visa scored. Our wili ndio nilikuwa na-expect wachawafunga. Na I knew your manager will rotate the squad. Nilikuwa nataka kubench Saka, but I forgot. And lo and behold, Saka kanza bench. Then, the type of goal that Arsenal scored is a goal that you can give Atletico Madrid and they'll take it. Like
Even you
counter.
take it. Anyone can take it.
No, like not how you scored, but who were involved. Counter led by Rice, finished by Partey.
See, but that's why Atletico would take it.
CDMs, yeah, like
Atletico would take it like that.
haram. That's
Rice is not a
typical.
CDM, bro.
He's
Rice
not
is
CDM.
a baller. Rice, right now at Arsenal, Rice doesn't have a position. He's playing positionless football. I see him at left back. I'm seeing him as a striker. Kidogo, he's at right back. So you doing what? He's going to the wing. Like, I'm very curious to see his heat map.
Unadhani sahi vile football ina evolve hivyo ndio players, hivyo ndio games zitakuwa. Each team has to have a player like that.
No, it depends on your system. You see, you can't have a player like that at Everton.
Or at United.
You can, but
Okay,
he
at
wouldn't be
United.
as great. Or maybe he'll shine. He'll have moments like Doucouré. Remember Doucouré was scoring goals left, right, and center. But because of the defensive responsibilities he has, he will never become
Forgets
that.
that,
He will
yeah.
never, yeah. So it depends on the team you
Maybe
play.
top teams.
It has to be a team that dominates. It has to be a team that has a very clear structure.
Yeah, top teams.
And the thing is, what we are seeing with Rice right now, and this is the one thing I said when we bought him at 100 million, but it was hard to justify because also I had not seen it with David Moyes, is that guy is so... He does so many things on a field that it gets to a point where, like, you can't pin him down with one position. Today, we might need someone to run the ball, be a ball carrier, and he does it
I saw
well.
that at West Ham when he scored, I think, in the Conference League.
Semi-final or final, or the final.
Semi-final. Like, that's solo good.
When you want him to start shooting from outside the box, he's doing it,
Yeah.
right? Like, you can't pin him down. And I feel like he's that type of player. And the fact that he's English, now when you pin him down to a position, you expose him even further. There are certain people, you put them in one position, they love it. Italians, defense, love it. A Brazilian, you put him attacking mid, you pin him to that position, he'd love it.
Paqueta.
But the thing with English players is they're not taught, they don't learn football the way, even Africans, where we learn football, it's not the way they learn. As we learn to express ourselves, we're doing it because it's passion, love it, nini. Unapata msama toka academy, tangu kwa mtoi. Like, it's just, that is why these black kids are doing well for England.
Yeah.
These young kids, even Sancho to a point, right? Because Sancho, Rashford, Reece Nelson, these are all boys who are born to do on London streets playing balls to where unacheki. And that's the thing that Rice doesn't have that background. But you put him in a team and ask him to do different things. Like, he does them so well. And he's an athlete. Like, that guy has lungs for days.
A white Kante.
He really is a white Kante.
Like, he has those attributes that are needed for different positions in midfield. And as he combines zote, and that makes him.
And I felt that it's just that I saw bits of it, but what made me convinced is the way Arteta was speaking of him. And then the first season he came, he was being played in different positions because I'm like, hey, what has Arteta seen in this guy? Alafu watu kao ni vizuri watch interviews zao.
Mi tem nilijua hiyo, sorry
is...
to cut you short. Tem nilijua hiyo ni Pep alikuwa namdai na he had Rodri. Yeah.
That meant he was not going to take Rodri's number.
Yeah.
And he was not going to be benched.
Yeah.
Because right now if they had him, honestly, some of these things, they will not have some of these issues.
Treble
They will not have some of these issues because Rodri would be injured and then telling you, Declan, go play CDM. Yeah. And then now all those 9 midfielders you put around him.
Rice had those traits at West Ham, though si zote venye zimeni. Juu West Ham pia wanacheza haram football. So ionyeshi zote zenye unacheza kwa style yenye kwa sustainable every time na inacheza expansive football, so you express yourself more. Yeah, so that's what I like about him. Plus he has those leadership skills. I feel like he should be your captain.
Odegaard is our captain.
Shut up.
Let me tell you, being a leader does not mean you have to be captain. He can be vice soon.
Nah, you have to be captain because
no, he can be wherever.
You look at top teams like the Uniteds, the Keens, the Vieiras, the Terrys, the Companies, the Rooney, Evra, Vidic, the Brunos. Yeah, hapo nimechocha. Yeah, but
Maguire.
I feel like the Maguires. I feel like he has those leadership skills. Now, if you integrate them with his availability, Joe Miangi.
So my question to you is, the time when Nani was stripped of captaincy, ilikuwa nani?
Halima.
Auba was the last one.
Yeah.
Auba was stripped. There was no one else who was qualifying to be captain at that point.
Yeah.
If you look at down the squad, they're like, yo, it's only one person, right?
Yeah.
He got you through that moment, and he got you through a really tough moment, and you went from being a useless team to going and finishing once, right? It was the first time they finished number 2. Finished number 2 once, and then the next season Rice came in. Do you then disregard all of that?
I feel like mngepea Xhaka. The fact that what happened before.
No, Xhaka, that was not going to happen.
Yeah, so ndio nasema.
Because of what happened, right?
Ndio nasema, mi ningepea Saka.
But okay. Saka is a vice.
Yeah.
And if you're to compare Odegaard and Saka, who has more experience? One has played at Real, bro. Then Admonted played and Sociedad. Then, like, he's gone through more adversity than Saka. If you think about it, let's just be honest. But Saka is a Highland boy who's at a team he supported as a boy, and he's now
But
playing.
Still, he said, you guys don't deserve this. And he went and walked that talk. So, I feel like ana deserve more. Juu ana perform pia kwa field. Kuna time yenye Odegaard mafans mnakuanga mnataka tu atolewe as captain.
The thing is, Rice was the captain of West Ham, bro. Like, we can't be assuming
led them to
he was a captain
glory.
of another, and he's older than him. So naturally, you're going to see those traits more. Isn't he a bit older?
No, they're age mates. I think what 25 or 26.
Anyway, I don't know. I don't know why I think he's older. But anyway, Rice had to start when he was young. Like, he had to be captain from when he was a young guy, right? It's the same thing with Odegaard. And the one thing people don't see with Odegaard, no one executes Arteta's game plan better than that guy.
Yeah.
He might not get goals,
He's
might
the
not
coach
get
on the
assists.
field.
If you see how he presses, like the way he engages the press, the way he even talks to the media, like we lose, the guy will go talk to the media. He's not aggressive, assertive like that, but he'll do it. The stuff he's doing with the Arsenal, because at the end of the day, captain is not just on the field. You have to realize that. He is at the end of the day.
Ama yeye ndiye alinunua hiyo dogi.
And inaweza kuwa. So what he's doing as a captain all round is something you cannot disregard. That guy, literally, you needed buy-in from people for our first season to go to number 2. You needed buy-in from players. One of the first people who bought in and executed it to a T was Odegaard, right? So yes, he's not performing now. He's not getting your goals and your assists, but you cannot disregard that.
Yeah,
it's the same way Martinelli is not giving you your goals and assists now, but
works like crazy.
No one works like that. That kid is insanely hardworking. And he has that mentality of, mi nimekuja job. Mkinibu nini, mi nikomboka. Mi nitakimbia, nikimbie. What does in fact, he gave me a Brentford. What did the team need him to do? Defend more. Real game. What the team need him to do? Go and support Skelly more. Yeah. He's the more experienced player. Let me go and support Skelly at the back. Let me go, when Rodrigo gets the ball, find a way that he's not passing. Unacheki. So, this thing of saying Rice should be captain, you do not need the armband to be on him for him to be a leader. He'll be a leader regardless. He'll be a leader regardless. But you also can't disregard the things that Odegaard has done when you were struggling. The fact that he's been part of that process and coming up. And he was one of the first people to bite in and execute it to a T. And that's what leadership is at the end of the day. As you said, extension of the coach of the field. Yeah. What do you think of Thomas Frank?
He's a good manager.
Bro, me, I've gotten so much more respect for him this season than I thought.
That's why United actually wanted him.
I thought he would. Like, ukiniuliza Thomas Frank, what I thought about him at the beginning of the season. In fact, me niko na nikata kwa fired. But who I'm saying, like the way he's changed things tactically, the fact that he can now go to a back four. I was like, what? Me sikuwa nimeona hiyo. Pinnock being one of the centre backs in a back four, and they're playing and defending well.
I did this guy called Kayori. Usijua alimtoa wapi, but that guy is a baller.
Nogard is also really playing well.
He deserved a red card though.
Yeah, well, but he's also playing well.
Yeah.
Like
Mbumo cooking, Visa.
And remember they lost Tony.
Yeah.
And they didn't go out and splurge at TCG how much. See, Kevin Shada is also balling.
Yeah.
Like that guy is a also. Coach and a half. And I think nimeza tu kumpenda moja ya ile nini. Zile mavitu anafanya na Sky siku hizi. Kama ile yenye alikuwa anaulizwa what's your coaching style nini. Kama mja watch your video, you guys need to go watch that video of him and James Lawrence Alcott. It's one of the most insightful videos into how he thinks. And he doesn't hide.
And how they prepare for matches.
Hiyo ilikuwa hiyo unasema hiyo Salah na Konate.
Yeah, so Visa mi alifunga nikanais. I expected him to score. Mtu mwenye kufunga nikabweka ni Mbumbo. Juu nilikuwa nataka mchapwe.
I didn't get chances.
Because I feel like you guys were going to rotate this game for Real Madrid. Na tutafika huko, but the fact that people think you're going to pack, I don't see it. Well, kutakuwa na moments zenye mtapack, but you're going to press them high because you know they need that goal.
That we need energy in that game.
Yeah,
and the only way to get that energy is this guys needed to rest.
Yeah.
Considering how much energy they exerted in midweek.
In midweek. Saka missed the 1v1. Nikaboeka juu angefunga hiyo tungemaliza. But overall, Brentford are a good side. Very organized. In a good day, drilled. They can beat anyone. Na with better quality, I feel like Thomas Frank will be the next United manager.
Speaking of United.
Now, when we have 16 wingbacks, you can convert them to wingers or strikers. But anyway, that's all about Arsenal. Then on Sunday, we had incoming Premier League champions.
Champions elect.
Liverpool taking on West Ham at the Anfield. Like, it was so expected. I feel like West Ham, they had that fear factor. They respected Liverpool more than they respect themselves. So from the first minute
they respect themselves.
They didn't respect themselves. They respected Liverpool more. So from the first minute you'd see one chance, like they are playing not to lose. But then the first Salah, Trivela, Luis Diaz bow.
Nani aliachoka hivyo?
Skulls. Yeah. Salah ka break record ya goals and assists in one season. Over 38 games.
Mo Salah.
Running down the wing. Salah.
Especially after signing a new
contract.
Heavy duty contract.
So people were expecting him to be like Oba after he signed that thing. But Salah ni nani? He has more games to break more records.
Yeah.
Now he has 2.
Did he break it or tie it?
He tied.
He tied Andy Cole and Shearer.
But he broke the 38. Like what games? 38.
No, I thought, how many involvements does he have? 40?
45.
Oh, he broke it.
Yeah, so
no. I thought he had 43.
Haaland had 44.
No. 44 was Shearer in 94-95 when he was at Blackburn.
I think
and Andy Cole for United in 93-94.
I think all time was
is those two. Yeah, time 44. Which is why I thought this would tie.
Nah, like what you're not getting is before Cole came to United, alikuwa Blackburn.
Nani?
Cole. He has 48. So. He has 48. But your time sijui games ilikuwa kulikuwa na team 22.
No, so now I'm talking about the beginning of the Premier League, 1991.
Oh, okay.
Moving forward.
So that's
So it was
45.
because it was Nani. Those two
Shearer
were tied.
and Cole, yeah.
Shearer and Cole.
Yeah. But Mo Salah being Mo Salah in the final third, you don't afford him that space. He made something happen. Then West Ham tried to come back. There's a finish that Nani was almost scoring. Mohamed Kudus. But they over-rely more on counters. And I feel like they have good players who can actually build from the back. Now that Bissaka is even using his left foot. Tayari amechange tactic ya chest ball.
Ten Hag is not a coach.
Shut up. Then in the second half, the game was still more like neutral until Van Dijk assisted Robertson. Then game ikakuwa 1-1.
Umesema Van Dijk pia amesign contract?
So what you signed for 2 years?
Let me tell you. Can I predict a downfall?
Yeah, predict.
I feel like Van Dijk is not going to be great next season.
Of course.
I have a feeling.
Ashaanza si alipea na assist.
And the reason is not just solely based on him. I think it's that entire back four.
Expectations.
It's the entire back four. The back four of Robertson has been making some really weird decisions.
Na aliingia sub
and
kama
mistakes.
amefunga.
Aliingia ka sub.
Jusimika started.
Trent more likely gone, right?
Yeah, he wasn't even in the squad. Bradley would be.
Konate was even benched in the last game.
Yeah.
Like towards the end. Like he was benched towards the end of the game. And then now you're going into a new season with a weight of expectation. I feel like well, nimeassume tu.
Siogope assume. Si chance, assume. So after he assisted Nani anaitwaje? He assisted Robertson. 1 minute later he went and scored the winner.
Yeah.
Then he kissed the badge. Well, all players do.
I see now he's kissed it now properly to
Yeah,
be like, yo, I'm here to stay.
kuonyesha I'm here to stay. But it was more or less expected. Now they are 2 wins away from winning the Prem.
Yes, 2 wins. 6
Mara
points.
20. So
Mara ya tatu.
Pili, actually. Yeah.
So
2 Premier
I can see you're awake.
Yeah.
I can see you really don't want that record to just disappear
Yeah,
like
we
that.
have 13. They have 12 more years to break our record.
Na ya league title.
Sasa si to
Ya league title mko tied. Mtatai wakishinda. I mean, after wameshinda.
Yeah. Alafu Champions League ndio wameshinda. Anyway, back to hating. I feel like the God of Honor will come in handy. Na itabidi mmewapea whether you like it or not.
Ayo lazima.
No, you are going to make it cute. Juu si nyi peke yenu mmewapea. Wanaanza na Chelsea.
But unajua sisi tunawapea sele tuko final ya Champions League.
Final?
Tuko final.
As in?
Game ya Arsenal Liverpool ni when? Si second last game of the season.
What is he saying?
Si ni penultimate.
I don't think second last.
I think it's the second last game of the season.
Really? Si third last?
Siski.
Unasikia? Shut up.
Siski.
Ati Arsenal kwa finali.
Kwani Kenan anacheza hiyo career mode?
Real tushacha hapa. Si Real tumetoa. Sasa tukitoa Real tuko semi final.
Si mtu ya PSG ni wagope.
Acha nikufunze sasa. After quarter final
tafika Champions League bado tuko
Ni
Liverpool.
third last. They play you, Brighton, then Palace on the last
same
game.
difference. See, by that time semi-finals will be decided. Ama?
Si ndio PSG itakuwa ishawatoa?
Semi-finals will be decided, si ndio?
Yeah, PSG itakuwa ishawatoa.
Si Aston Villa?
Z.
Okay.
They don't see them coming back. Yeah, so that's all about Liverpool. Incoming champions, deserved. Some
That goal was clutch though.
yeah, Van Dijk.
That Van Dijk
Yeah. Some like me will say on some beats they were lucky, but you need luck in
They
your
won.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
capitalized.
because they didn't say they lost only that one Forest game.
Yeah.
And then they went on a crazy run where they just won games and that's where they created the gap. Again, you create that gap to give you a buffer so that now when you make those 1-2 mistakes, lose a game here there, it's not as costly.
Yeah.
So they played it perfectly.
Credit to them.
And then a coach who there was no expectation. They didn't make any signings. Like there was no expectation, and they just came at a time when Man City were useless. Us guys decided to be us. Yeah.
Us tushafunga season tuko pre-season.
New pre-season menza pre-season tena. So great timing. Like it was
Everything worked to
yeah.
their advantage. So congratulations. Now I'll be happy when Arsenal gives you the guard of honor. Then we go straight to the bridge where we had Chelsea taking on Ipswich, the Tractor Boys.
Tractor.
Like, I don't think... Okay, I saw... For haters, we saw that result coming. But I don't think Chelsea fans expected that because the least goals they expected to score in that game were 4.
Yeah.
But you had talked about Encinso and Johnson. Credit to you.
I added Broadhead there.
Yeah.
But yeah, those boys, but I don't know what it is.
Pierre Hurst, they have good players. I feel like wameanza inaitwaje? Si kuabandon, say. But wameanza ku get feel ya Premier League when it was a little bit too late.
Yeah.
Ndio wameanza ku click on how to play Premier League games.
Sort of what Luton went through last year.
Season, yeah. So they scored 2 quick goals. Actually, they scored even 3. But one was called offside. Then they had pretty good chances in the second half, but also Chelsea came back. Kitu iliwasaidia ni that quick goal after second half imeanza. You own goal. Alafu...
It was an own goal?
Yeah, it was given as an own goal.
Hey, but Kukure alitoka mbali. Alitoka mbali. Hiyo inaitwa awareness. Aliona kuna mse hapo hivyo. Hizo ni vitu wanafunzwa Spain, by the way. If you look at how he plays for Spain, that guy anaingia box to any time.
Crushing diva. Alafu, then Sancho scored a 3 million goal.
Tunaongeza bei.
Yeah, so I feel like that goal will give them more reasons to sign him permanent.
And United should get 3 more million.
Yeah. Kama hizo ni bangers.
Ni priceless.
Another banger.
Banger.
Then it continues. The thing is, last season, Palmer set the bar way too high. And it was expected this season, as much as he's a good player, credit to him, and reach his heights. Do you know, last season it was all about him. Na sahi, I feel like Enzo wanted to make all about the team.
It wasn't
Enzo Maresca.
Oh,
Yeah. Since Enzo and Caicedo have nailed that starting position, quad 2 in the midfield, I feel like now Enzo has to find between Cole Palmer and Madueke, who plays on right wing and 10. Wingers wa Chelsea ni Sancho, Neto, na
Madueke.
I think twice Saka, George.
So yeah, I think out of those wingers, as you said, Enzo na Caicedo are nailed.
You are nailed, yeah.
In terms of wingers, I don't think there's anyone who's set himself like apart.
So that's what I'm saying. If Palmer can play right wing, then akwe neo freedom ya move all over, then they have a new 10 per se. The third midfielder now.
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. Neto is the only person who has shown the versatility to play across the front three.
Yeah, true.
The urgency when he's needed and the work rate defensively.
Yeah.
So Madueke lacks the work rate defensively.
Plus consistency.
Naivas Saka is just young. Like, he's not going to be given minutes like that. And then Sancho also the same things. He's yet to prove to us the things that Ten Hag saw issues with.
Yeah, plus he's fat.
Plus he's fat.
Yeah, he needs to unfat. Change or perish. Yeah, then Jackson, other than his new hairstyle, I think
he was a menace.
Yeah.
Especially when these guys are trying to play and then there's dilly-dallying in midfield.
Yeah.
There's something he does well that I've seen in this team. This thing of akina tu midfielder ame slow down anarudi nyuma mbio because that's how he collects his yellow cards.
Yeah.
Akirudi alafu analinga
Press
kama
on heavy
midfielder.
touch.
No, exactly. He does that very well. And again, I told you, focal point. Having a focal point is good.
It's crucial for
even
them,
though he's not Haaland. He was a
Plus he's young, he's 22.
He was a focal point that was missed when he wasn't playing.
He'll come off good. Also, I feel like Chelsea needs itakuwa weird kusema, but they need new defenders.
They need new defenders. But the one thing hata Chelsea fans walikuwa nasema sana kwa group. Mimi nilikuwa tu na deny kwa group yetu ya WhatsApp. You can join our WhatsApp group by the link iko hapo kwa description.
Yeah.
Those guys need a goalkeeper.
Yeah, they do.
Badly. I'm telling you, there were moments akishika ball hivi Madueke amechomoka. Jackson ameenda. Bro, alafu kuna moja nye ile anachapa side foot, amechapa straight to a Ipswich defender.
Yeah.
Mwenye atakuwa anakimbia, nikasema tu wow, distribution bro, zero. And I thought that's what he was brought for. See, he was supposed to be good at playing from the back
Yeah.
with ball in his feet.
Let them go for Ramsdale. Not that he has a relegation clause.
They actually, it's crucial.
Watuachie Diego Costa.
Diogo.
Yeah.
But you can't replace him with Nini, the best ball-playing goalkeeper.
He's going to Saudi. Actually, Athletic na Fabrizio may announce as we are talking right now. Yeah.
Nani anaenda Saudi?
Oh, na.
But anyway, I feel like Chelsea, they were just caught they were caught sleeping.
Do you reckon that they
caught
qualified
sleeping.
to Champions League after using 1.5 billion?
Yeah. Who's their threat?
Newcastle? CE?
They'll make it.
They won't. I don't think so.
Who's Chelsea playing?
Next, let me check.
Tufanye running ya Newcastle na Chelsea.
Okay, so
My issue with Newcastle is
consistency.
not even that, bro. Isak is a doubt for every game. Have you realized every game before we start, Isak is a doubt?
They have to play, like Newcastle plays Palace. They
Away.
play, yeah, at home. Hiyo ndio game in hand yao. Then they play Villa away. Then they play Ipswich at home. They play Brighton away. They play Chelsea at home. Then they play you guys who have nothing to play for away. Then they finish with Newcastle. With Everton rather.
Bruh, that's a tough run-in. Think about it.
Then for Chelsea, they have Fulham away.
Derby, tough.
Then they have Everton at home. Then they have Liverpool at home. Then they have Newcastle away.
Liverpool will have won the Premier League by then.
But then Salah will be looking to break more records.
Yeah,
so,
but they'll beat Liverpool.
nah. Then they have Newcastle at home away. Then they have
They're losing.
United at home. Then they have Forest away, who will be looking to play Champions League. So
Actually, both have tough
yeah,
games.
they have tough fixtures.
Both have tough fixtures. But they have the squad to deal with it.
Yeah.
And they have the experience.
But sasa shida
They
ni
have players. The thing with Newcastle is, bro, Newcastle, Isak saya kiumia.
Wilson anaingia Mageddon.
It's not the same. They don't have the same. And Newcastle wako na tabia mbaya ya kwenda tu on stupid losing streaks of like 3 games losing. Like, and now that Trippier si anaanza magame sahi. I think they'll get there. And
Okay.
remember, the other team is Man City, sindio?
Yeah, City pia. But they are gaining form at the right time.
I think they will. I think Newcastle will miss out on Champions League.
I think Chelsea will miss out. Okay, what I want, but let's see how it happens. Late on Sunday, we had Newcastle United taking on that team that wears red from Manchester. The United, the red half of United, Manchester United. Producer kwa wapi?
Keep speaking.
Producer kwa wapi?
What did that? What was the prediction for that game? I know you didn't do a prediction, but what would have been a prediction
2-1.
going into that game?
2-1 to Newcastle. Because I knew we had to rotate. But then we don't have...
Kama sisi.
But then we don't have players. Honestly, right now we are playing for... Hakuna kitu tunachezea for Premier League. It's all done. Nimekwambia tumekuwa pre-season kutoka game week 2.
Wait. Saindo it's all that.
Choa game week 2. Tulikuwa pre-season.
Game week 2 si mlikuwa top. Amkuwa top.
Hatukuwa top.
Mlikuwa top 5.
Game week 1.
Si game week 2 bado mlikuwa top 5.
Tulichapwa, tulienda number 11.
After mechapwa, nakumbuka.
Yeah, tulichapwa versus Brighton.
Is that the biggest drop ever?
Yeah.
1 to 11.
Yeah. Sijui nianzie wapi. So, first, let me nianze kwa supercomputer. Before we faced West Ham, Supercomputer had predicted with this run that United is on, we are going to finish with 45 points. So far, we are 7 points shy.
We're on 45.
Yeah. So if
With
we
7 games to go.
Yeah, if we manage to get a draw averagely per game, or we draw 6 games, then miraculously we get a win in 1 game, tutakuwa to not only have we surpassed our expectations, but we will have stayed up. Yeah, you're not.
The worst thing that can happen to you now is that you actually qualify for the semis
Yeah.
of Europa League.
And we face Rangers.
Just hamna squad.
Sini Zach zipekea mwenyewe. We can
See, that's your squad.
now this time now for Chido. You know, some things are a blessing in disguise.
Okay, wacha tuangalie. Wolves mnachapa Wolves.
Yeah, tunawachapa hao.
Wolves at home, eh?
Yeah,
You
tunawachapa.
saw mebaki na 4 points. Bournemouth away.
Draw.
Do you believe that?
Yeah.
You believe you'll get a draw at Bournemouth?
100%.
Yeah. Brentford away.
Draw.
West Ham at home.
Au tunaua.
Chelsea away.
Tusha qualify. Acha hapo. Tushamaliza.
Yeah, hapo.
Season
So
8 points.
by the
from
time
four
you
games.
get to
By the time we get to
Brentford, you'll get 7 in the next 3 games.
8 in the next 4 games.
Hata sijafika West Ham. Simesema niachie hapo.
Si uachie hapo kwa West Ham.
Niachie hapo kwa West Ham.
Tushawachapa sasa.
So mmechapa Wolves 3,
Tuko 46.
mkadraw na
Brentford
Bournemouth na Brentford,
tukachapa West Ham.
mkachapa West Ham.
So tuko 46.
You had it here first.
Yeah.
You will hit 46 points by the time you play West Ham, sindio?
Yes.
Na.
Yeah.
Hiyo ni pre-season. Nilikuwa nishaona,
Summer
All-Star.
series.
Mmecheza na All-Star. Nashangai All-Star go before game. Kumbe, you are right. Nyo asem ko pre-season.
Yeah. Tuko pre-season.
Uh-huh.
So there's that. Then now we get into Amorim. Ruben Amorim. Like, bro, the way he came, he was so confident. Like, unaona ile yenye you know a topic, hata huwezi somea exam. Then ukifika kwa exam ndio unaona giza kuliko hata yenye ko Egypt. Like, he was so confident coming in as much as he tried to kudanganya kiasi ati, you know, it gets worse before it gets better. Then akasema,
But you're still in the worst phase.
yeah,
You're not in the better.
Yeah, we are so worse, like even worse than we expected.
See, that's what he said. He said you'll get worse if it gets
but
better.
he came so confident.
But you're not giving him time. You're still in the worst phase.
We are. Personally, I am giving him
You're
time.
clearly not.
Personally, I'm giving him time.
Why is he a topic now then?
It's a topic because you know how United fans behave. Like, in United, you are given time if you are getting results. And I don't think in this era, like we are in, this season, we actually don't need results. It's done. We have nothing to play for. Hata hiyo pride yenye tunataka, like hatuna.
Hata Europa League mnatolewa.
Ni sawa. Hiyo itauma lakini. Producer kwa wapi?
Abase vile umelilia hii Europa League hii the last few weeks.
Maze.
Hiyo ni kitu umekuwa ukishikilia.
Like hapo ndio hopes zangu zote ziko. Hata Premier League hata tuchapwe 9. Like I don't feel it. But Europa League, bro, now that's different. During a cup game, there's luck, there's that one off, there's anything can happen. Now hopefully ikue on our side. Now the teams that we thought are going to win it, they look like they're getting out. Rangers walikimbisha Atletico Bilbao, na they had a red card. Then Lazio lost 2-0 to Bodo Glimt. I don't see them coming back. Then Spurs na Frankfurt draw. Apo can go either way. But yeah, tuachana na Europa League. Let me go back to Ten Hag. Now straight to tactics.
Amorim.
Yeah, Amorim, yeah. Straight to tactics. I feel like it was a combination of a not so good system with shit players. It will have never worked. These players are not made for this system. And as much as they are bad, it makes it worse with this system. Because I feel like if you're going to play with a back 5, back 3, you need players tailor-made for that system. Especially wing backs. Sisi hatuna. You need to be as good as going forward and as defending. Sisi hatuna hiyo. So I feel like the fact that he has insisted on this, it's the hope, ni hope tu inaua. But the fact that he has insisted on this, he's writing what works, what doesn't, and what needs to be improved on. Even me, I'm choosing to see it. But if he thinks that in the long run he can dominate with how we are playing, even with better personnel, bro, next season, game week 3, Amorim out.
Because I'm feeling pain in my heart.
Yeah.
Game week 3.
Yeah.
Itakuwa improvement from game week 2.
As in, achana pre-season. Next season, tukianza. After we win the Super Cup.
Na Hong Kong.
Like we are playing Super. So you are playing the winner. Who is winning Champions League with the? See the win of
we're playing each other. Super Cup.
Yeah, the win of
Arsenal versus Man U.
yeah, that one. So after beat you guys in the Super Cup, now it's time tick starts.
You wawili mmesema Delulu is the Solulu.
Hakuna Delulu hapo bro. We know ball.
Umse amekuwa kiumia hapa na producer yuko.
Yeah.
He's been suffering.
Yeah. So I feel like that's how I look at it. He knows it's not working, and as much as he's insisting on it, ameona tu haiwork. So maybe next season with better personnel, not only will they improve us in a way, but at a change, the system has flaws. And even with better personnel, kama how change something, the flaws will always be there.
The funniest thing about that game was around the 26th minute, there was a moment, and I remember I wrote it down. Ball imetoka kwa keeper. Alafu you guys are trying to play from the back, yeah?
See, that's how the goal came.
Then it went to Eriksen. Eriksen soja tu ni baller. He wants to ball.
Yeah.
But then it goes to the right wing. Dalo gets the ball. And I need to remember the sequence of play.
Dalo akarudishia Lindelof.
But it was
Lindelof
so awkward. It didn't feel natural. You know when you see a team like City playing from the back, you're like, yeah, that's City. Eriksen, Mazraoui, Dalo, and Bruno.
Yeah.
And then it finishes off with someone making a pass behind Dalo. Dalo has gone and the pass goes behind him and the ball goes out. Yeah. And I was just like, you guys are so clueless in terms of, you know, zile kama zile cross and so cross to anajua. I know because of the system, someone will be there. I don't know. It is actually so awkward. It looks so awkward. It looks so awkward when you play from the back. It almost looks like Tottenham with Nani. With Tuchel.
Yeah.
No, with who was the last coach? Nuno Espirito. It's scary, bro. It's actually scary. It's scary how bad you are.
Before they correct us, I think the last coach for Spurs was Conte. But you are saying in terms
Nuno
of...
and Conte actually back to back.
In terms of that build-up.
Both of them, actually, you're right. Both of them, there was a point where you play them and you're like, I know for a fact these guys, if they try to play from the back, we are squeezing them and we're going to win this ball. It felt so awkward.
Does that go down to the manager or to personnel? I feel like every team, even Everton. Have you seen Everton press high?
Yes, I've seen.
Like aggressively?
No, it goes down to personnel, but at the same time,
the manager, yeah.
Even with shit personnel, you know that, okay, I don't have a center back who can play from the back. So let's not dilly-dally over here. If the keeper has the ball, let's look for that guy on the wing, or we take it long.
Yeah.
Like, those are your options. Then you remove Konate having to play from the back with the ball, you know. But if you keep insisting, let me do this thing with players who cannot play that, like, again, it's personnel, yes, but it also falls on the coach.
Yeah,
why is the coach insisting on using this person here? And it's it's looking awkward. And the reason why I put it on the coach more in this case is that someone else will try and come and get the ball, right? Who was playing for you in midfield?
Eriksen and
Ugarte. Ugarte has disappeared. Like, he's gone, up too forward Bahali, which is what Casemiro normally does. Because also Casemiro, if you realize, most of his coaches knew, that's not his strong point playing from the back. But winning 50-50s, winning headers in the box, shooting from outside the box, like, that's his strength. So when you're building from the back, Modric would go to the back. Kroos would go and take the ball from the back. All these guys, the ballers go to the back. You play and then now bring it to us. That is what has been lacking for a while. And at the back now you have Mazraoui. Now Mazraoui is trying to make that run, but he's a centre back. He's not playing as a winger in that game. Dalo is trying to make that run because if Dalo doesn't make that run, you do not have an outlet. Yeah. So it was just like, I was just watching that game and I was in awe. I was in awe at how
shit we are and good.
And then Newcastle, in the first half they were pressing, but it wasn't effective.
That aggressive.
Then second half, Jason Tindall just went and told, and I watched his interview after the game, and he said, we just made a slight tweak. We just told people, just press 5 feet higher. So if you're pressing here, now press from there. Yeah. Your starting point is there. That one small change, bro, changed everything. Because now all of a sudden, Harvey Barnes is getting into different positions. There's a time Eriksen Isak got the ball. And Eriksen, so he was on the left side of Eriksen, the right side of Eriksen. He pulled the ball back, went behind, came back and passed him on the other side and sprinted, and Eriksen could not touch him. And I was just like, this guy is toying around with you like nothing. But ya Harvey Barnes, Eriksen amejaribu kumshika, afiki, like mkono haifiki. Miguu tu, hakuna miguu midfield.
Yeah, like after nimeona lineup, our spine was Lindelof, Ugarte, Eriksen, then Højlund after Zagze ametoka.
So yeah, alikuwa anachapa hizo ball to Dalo, and his distribution was it was good.
Like
it was
the first 20 minutes distribution na high claims, zile cross anakuja na punch. Na the double save he made from Isak.
Yeah.
Gave me some confidence.
Also, the guy hasn't played, to be honest. Let's just be fair to him also.
Goalkeeper.
What was the last time he played?
Last year.
FA Cup.
FA
against us.
Yeah, and he saved a penalty.
And the next FA Cup game he didn't play.
He was injured. Actually, he was dropped. So, yeah.
This Onana favoritism needs to end.
Yeah.
I think he's been pulling the Form 4 card for a long time.
For a while.
And he used to pull it very bravely with Ten Hag.
Yeah, many players.
Now Z.
We
can't take it anymore.
Yeah, so that's it from us. And I feel like United fans, we have to really humble ourselves. Na, I know it's hard. Endo jigongeshe kichwa kwa wall.
Saingine ni ngumu.
Chasaidia. But we need to support the manager. Not blindly though. We can call him out. But I feel like we are again falling for the same pattern where tunaacha players.
Which pattern?
Yeah, kuacha players, then we blame the manager all the time.
How many times has it happened, your pattern?
From Ole. Like, that's the mistake. Upon the mistakes zilianza kumekiwa. I don't feel like sacking Ole was the right move. By now, tungekuwa na Prem na Champions League.
Si bado mtakuwa nayo?
Yeah, but sasa
si tutakuwa relegated.
But now winning it legitimately, ile tuna celebrate kwa uwanja. Nilikuwa nimepanga 2 trips to Manchester.
What year and what year?
If we win the Premier League and if we win Champions League. Ni kama it's never happening anytime soon.
Lakini si mnashinda 125 year anniversary.
Yeah.
125 anniversary ni when?
2028.
Mtakuwa na stadium mpya pia.
2030.
Oh, 2030. Anyway, shout out to Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes was special.
Kwanza kitu iliniuma.
Barnes.
Manza kwanza nikwambie kitu.
What was your favorite goal?
Shut up.
The press on Mazraoui and the fact that I was shouting at Ugarte, pass that ball. Acha kukaa na ball sana, pass. Like ujue tuko chini ni we make the angle so obvious, like nakunja mwili hivi najua kwenye utapass. So it's easier for you to press. So that was my favorite goal.
Mlifungo mingi hata nimesahau.
Also the first one. Wow.
First one was
Tonali Nduki.
Ooh, yes. Tonali volley.
Yes.
That was Sandro Tonali.
Ameanza kupenda hiyo city sasa.
Amempatia jina mpya.
Sandro.
Na Bruno G bana. Mnafanya Bruno G. He was the best Bruno on the field. By far. It was not even close.
Si tuone ni Bruno mgani atamake team of the season.
It wasn't even close.
Tuona nani
Hawezi make team of the season.
Wetu.
Hawezi.
He'll be there.
To do what?
The best creator in the league.
At 15th.
What
are you creating?
Name me your team of the season so far.
I don't know, but Bruno is not my team of the season.
To bet.
I can't. I would rather even put. I'd rather put Szoboszlai over Bruno.
To bet.
Because they won the league.
Kama hata make.
Because they won the league.
Kama hata make.
Acha nikwambie.
Zisikia.
Hapo mid.
Kama hata make.
Mid inajichagua, bro.
Mid itakuwa Gravenberch,
Rice
na Bruno.
McAllister. Watapatia mtu wa Liverpool. Ngoja uone.
Uongo mbaya. Kama hata
watapatia mtu wa Liverpool.
Kama hata make. The first 3 episodes za next season unashoot kumekaa chini.
Kama hata mbona unanipa dish for being right?
See, it's a bit to make.
Kama atamake.
Kama atamake, yeah.
Kama atamake.
Yeah.
Atamake, bro. Anamekaji.
Kama hatamake, utanipea punch for making me think how I'm thinking.
Hey, bro, who else is in that team?
Defense, I think I'd put
Enzo.
Like
I'm trying to think of midfielders. Enzo, Caicedo is
Gravenberch,
a good shout. Gravenberch. Liverpool, Man City.
City hakuna.
Chelsea.
Hakuna. Palmer.
Tottenham.
Hakuna. Odegaard. Nada.
Bournemouth.
Nada. Clive atajakuwa consistent.
Shit.
Front 3 itakuwa Salah, Isak, Kunia. Midfield itakuwa Bruno, Gravenberch, Rice. Defense itakuwa Trent, Saliba, Van Dijk, Robinson.
Awenu wakupatia nani ni top scorer?
Mosele. Closely
Who's second?
Followed by I think Haaland.
Bro, see. Unajua zingine me I feel like certain media just look at the numbers and that's it.
Haaland alafu Isak.
Actually, these are tough team of the season to pick. It's actually not easy.
But Bruno has to be there.
Goalkeeper?
Goalkeeper, I'm going for Alisson.
Not
Easy.
Nani? Not
Kelleher.
No.
Rare.
Nottingham Forest.
Cells.
He'll
By the way, we
Golden
have
Glove.
pia na yeye anaweza kuwa kwa hiyo shout Wood.
Who does he make?
Anyway,
If you had to choose between Wood and Isak, who would you choose?
Isak.
I think that's easy, yeah.
Haya, we go straight to Champions League predictions.
You know,
On Tuesday,
huh?
I don't know. On Tuesday, on Tuesday, we're ready for Tuesday.
I'm ready for Tuesday.
After the breakfast, we have Aston Villa taking on PSG, who are leading 3-1 on aggregate. And the Villa Park.
That boy, what Due was doing on that wing. Who scored the and then Kvara's goal? First of all, what was Emery thinking bringing on Disasi as a right back?
I don't know.
Like,
He was saving Nani cash from a second yellow, but then it backfired.
tremendously. No. Aston Villa might win the game, but PSV are through. Actually, no, I'll go for a draw 2-2.
PSG have won the Premier League. Have won the French League. They are resting 11 players. They are coming to Villa Park. They are going to win convincingly.
I'm seeing
2-0.
I'm seeing a 2-2 draw. There's going to be a fight. McGinn is going to... You know these players who just come with Asensio, McGinn,
Asensio missed
Rashford.
2 penalties.
You
What a
see
bang.
Rashford scoring a banger from the wing like Sancho's. How can Sancho score and me I'm not scoring in
Yeah.
the Champions League?
Yeah.
That's his thing. And you know Rashford loves playing against PSG. Yeah.
Going for PSG win 2-0.
2-2, but they're out.
Dortmund taking on Barcelona, who are leading 4-0. The chase is on.
Time Aisha. But I'll give Dortmund maybe a goal or two.
Back are going to win.
I'll give them a goal or two.
3-1 back.
I'm going with 3-2 Barca.
On Wednesday, we have Internazionale Milano taking on Bayern Munchen. Yule mwenye alikuwa anatry to correct pronunciation. Ametuma voice note bado?
Hajatuma voice note.
Yeah, so I'm going for Inter to win. I don't see Bayern coming back.
Yeah, playing at Inter is tough.
Inter win a cool 2-1 also.
They're leading serious, ndio?
Yeah.
Yeah, company sioni kama kona plan pale.
Plus bila Musiala itself. It's
Yeah,
tough.
without Musiala is tough. So I'll go with Inter to just pull off an amazing 1-0 and just keep it there.
Keep it rolling.
Na hiyo bao inaingia first half, the first 20 minutes.
Na
Na tunafunga
wafunge.
duka. Na game ni hivyo.
Then the big one at the Estadio Santiago
Bernabeu.
we have Hala Madrid, who recently lost former coach, taking on Arsenal.
And it's Arsenal, famous night at the Bernabeu.
You see, for me, I think we'll know how the game will be decided in the first 20 minutes. Contrary to what people think, Arsenal will score first in the first 20 minutes. Now, manze tie. Juu, Real Madrid, they're looking for the first 20 minutes to score at least 2 goals. Now they'll come pressing. They're expecting you guys to sit back. Now, their strength is your strength. Such that strength yao ni transitions. Na nyinyi amwachangi space. Their weakness is also your strength. The weakness yao ni like tactics, so ni vibes. Nyinyi mnaweza mkikuwa organized, hard to break, na you put pressure on the ball, possession, you control, you dominate everything. So I'm seeing a cool 2. Okay, I can't say the scoreline, but Real is going to win, but you guys are going through.
I think whether Real score fast or not, in fact, if they score fast, it doesn't matter.
It matters.
The issues that Real have go deeper they go deeper. Because if you look at every game they've lost this season, if you look at games that have given them problems, the 2 El Clasicos, wame concede bao 8 kwa El Clasico mbili. Like, their midfield just doesn't have it. The front 3 refuses to fall back. And those are the things that, even if they score those first 2 goals to start off the game, if we don't make mistakes, it's very difficult for this team not to run.
Yeah.
This team, we'll have to make them run. Like, we have to be high energy, high tempo. And this is where I feel like this season's Real Madrid is yes, they're Real.
Shabana ya huu mwaka.
These guys can
Real
decide.
Madrid ya huu mwaka.
They can be 3-0 down and score 3 in 10 minutes to finish off the tie. So they will always have that. So I can't rule them out because of that. But how efficient we play them between like minute 20 to like 70, right? We have to tire them. And tiring them means make sure that midfield works, because front 3 is not going to fall back. And that's what we did at the Emirates.
Yeah.
Modric was working overtime. How do you make a 40-year-old run that much? You know, Valverde cannot play in defense. I know they don't have options because people are injured. Is anyone back?
Yeah.
Apart from Chouameni.
Ceballos is back. Chouameni is back. I think Luka Vasquez is going to start at right back.
Yeah.
Juu
They have to
Camavinga-
start. They have to start
Camavinga
Vasquez.
ako nini.
And then you have to put legs in midfield. So with that being said, I am going for a famous night at Estadio Bernabeu. 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0. Moja tu ya Martinelli. I'll be fine.
I think Real will score, but let's wait and see.
Hey, by the way, that's a lie. So they go 80 minutes without scoring against us. Hey, by the way, you're right.
They'll score. But
Okay. I'll go 1-1.
They are winning, but you are going.
I'll
to
go 1-1. I'll go 1-1.
On Thursday, we have Lyon coming to Old Trafford, Estadio D, Old Trafford, to take on United. Aggregate 2-2 draw.
Hey, you said who again? Sorry, I was asleep. You know, after Wednesdays, we're chinky ball.
Lyon. Lyon.
Unacheki game?
Mimi.
Eh.
Yeah.
Umesikia kitu nimesema? Unacheki game.
Shut up. Umse ni annoying juu. How can you be left-footed? Then corners and free kicks, you are taking them with your right foot.
Na ni check.
Yeah.
Yes, umzii.
It's a good.
Hii
it's a
game
good-
mkianza onana ni hivyo. Matic was very right.
Mtu yote anaanza ni hivyo.
Matic was more than right.
Yeah.
Matic wanted all the smoke and he got it. But I don't see, bro. Lyon do not create chances in ways that can finish off teams.
Yeah.
They are actually the epitome of vibes. Like those guys, they're actually purely vibes. But those vibes can give them a 2-0 lead somewhere. You know, like no, I'm saying,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it will happen, but I'm saying vibes, you can score 2 with vibes.
Yeah.
But you can also go down 2 quickly, very quickly, because they concede. Like that cross by Bruno to Zaxi at the back, like that was really, 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 really good. Yeah.
He repeated it again 2 minutes
So
later.
they just get beat so easily, and that's the thing. Discipline. These guys someone is going to be booked in this game from Lyon. But you guys, for some reason, you wake up for these European nights. The thing you did against who did you beat in the last tie?
Real Sociedad.
Sociedad. In the last like 20 minutes, the way that place was rocking. And I'm seeing the same. I'm honestly seeing the same. I don't think Lyon have the facilities to cause problems. The only person you need to take care of is that striker of theirs.
Lacazette.
No, the other one.
Almada.
No, the other one. The guy from Turkey.
Mukatse.
Mikautadze. Georgia, sorry.
Yeah,
the Georgian.
yeah.
Mikautadze is the person you need, because he was.
Yeah.
He
The
looks
front
very
three
lively.
actually, Almada,
He looks
Cherki,
lively.
and
Mikautadze. Yeah. That's the person you need to be wary of, because he can have moments.
Yeah.
And the team can be useless. But as we all know, sometimes it just needs
Moments.
moments from a striker. We saw it very well with the Hurricane,
Yeah.
where he was carrying the team by himself. So with that being said, I'm going with the United win. 4-2.
I'm going for United win 2-1. Yeah. Then we have Chelsea taking on Lega Warsaw, and I'm going for Chelsea win 3-0.
Yeah, Chelsea 4-0, man.
Yeah.
Just didn't give enough.
Simple.
They did not give enough. Madueke was really lively. The fact that he went to the bench and the bench came in just changed the game.
Yeah, Sancho
Madueke
assisted
changed the
twice.
game. Naivas, George did well.
Yeah. Saka.
Only person that was just was Christopher
in KK.
Balloon.
Imeka huko 3 months.
Imeka 3 months. Yeah, this should be an easy win for Chelsea, to be honest. Rotate the squad a bit. Get ready for who are they playing over the weekend? Fulham.
Get ready for Sunday.
Fulham derby.
Talking of Fulham derby, you go straight to the Premier League predictions.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, we have Brentford, free scoring Brentford, taking on the Brighton at the GTEC Stadium.
I'm going with the Brentford win.
After watching what they did versus Leicester, we expected them to win by 3 goal margin.
Yeah.
I don't see them beating Brentford. So I'm going for Brentford win 3-1.
Brentford 2-0.
Crystal Palace take on Bournemouth at the Initwaji Stadium. Selhurst Park.
My team.
Looking to bounce back after watakuwa chapwa na Newcastle midweek. Yeah.
Selhurst Palace na Bournemouth,
yeah.
Yeah, Bournemouth has been wamekuwa kinini kiasi, wamelegea kiasi, but bado I'm a believer in Evan Nilsson, I'm a believer in Kluivert, I'm a believer in Semenyo, I'm a believer in many of those boys. Is Semenyo fit?
Yeah, he's fit.
Okay, so but Crystal Palace might be without Eze. So I saw him get injured in that game.
Yeah.
Or was it just like a knock? If they're without Eze, they're not winning that game.
Because he played few minutes, then they're cut out.
Yeah, they're not winning that game if Eze is out. But the way Jean-Philippe is bowling, he's so audacious. Are you seeing the goals he's scoring? I'm like, what? How can you even try that? The goal he scored against, is it Fulham? I want to say Fulham. Last week. So audacious. So, this is a tough one. But I'm going with a draw. I'm going with that 2-2.
Brighton. Brighton.
Palace versus Bournemouth.
Yeah,
prediction yako?
Like alifunga versus Brighton.
Brighton.
I'm going for Bournemouth win 2-1. Then the good one at the Goodson Park. We have Everton taking on Mamouche, Manchester City.
Mamouche.
Hiyo game tu nakaa ngumu for City. Wafunge dakika 69. Then
you give it a kwangu.
Ilman Ndiaye na Dukore.
See.
Wamalize comeback.
Si wale chapa nani this week?
Forest, yeah.
Forest. Kakata miti. This game
it has
the game is going
written
to be
all
tough.
over it.
Yeah, I'm going with I'll go with the City. You know, City are playing below pressure. City don't have anything to lose. But at the same time, Haaland is the one who breaks these games. Like Haaland gives you, like, a team that plays a low block, having
Haaland
a guy like that,
like
it's just
an
a game
edge.
breaker. So them not having that is key. But at the same time, KDB ako nini, ako farewell tour. Is it your tour, your girl's tour? Are you in KDB? Man City win 2-1.
I'm going for 1-1 draw. We have West Ham taking on already relegated Southampton.
6-0.
3-1.
Your team in any ball. As in, is there any heart? Like, show me something. They lost 3-0 to Aston Villa at home.
Yeah.
A team that's rotating, getting ready for Champions League, and came back from Champions League.
Getting ready for Tuesday.
Bro. Your team,
I see them losing 3-1.
Genuinely 3-1 as well.
We have Aston Villa taking on Newcastle, game of the weekend.
Ooh, Aston Villa versus Newcastle.
At the Villa Park.
At Villa Park. Whatever happens, Villa will have come from a crazy few hours. But they'll have rested, yeah? Game only a few days.
Tuesday.
After, after.
Actually, Newcastle itakuwa imecheza.
Newcastle watakuwa wamecheza Wednesday. They'll play on Wednesday. So they're more or less watakuwa tu equal.
Yeah, poto.
But for some reason sijui kwa nini ndio naisaka chezi game.
Chacheza.
I'm going with an Aston Villa win simply because
Newcastle watakuwa
who are the two boys? There's the two boys who can't play in Champions League. Malen and there's two of them.
Matsen.
Not Matsen. There's two of them. So those guys normally come and play Premier League. So you have two capable players who can come and play in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Rashford is will be coming off an amazing performance versus PSG. So, for those of you who think we record this podcast every day, we're recording before the PSG game, so don't tell us anything. But I'll go with a Villa win, 1-0.
I'm going for Villa win 3-1.
You think they'll score 3?
Yeah.
after Champions League night.
watakuwa na hasira ya kutolewa champion.
1-0.
Aya, on Sunday we have the Fulham derby, the best team in Fulham taking on Chelsea. I'm going for Fulham win 2-1. Straight up. Yo defense ya Chelsea sidhani watezana na Luka Jovic. Anaitwa Muniz.
Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Damn. I'll go with a draw.
Pereira, Iwobi are balling. Adama is
Chelsea
back.
normally wake up for these games, but they'll also not enough rest nini. Wakirotate watuweke Madueke hapo. Shida tu ya Madueke hajungi kufall back. Na huko ndo pali Adama ata cause problems. Huko right. Madueke anaanza hii game kusema tu ukweli. So I will go with the win for Fulham. No, sorry, I'll go with a 2-2 draw. 2-2 draw.
I'm going for 2-1 win Fulham. Then we have Ipswich taking on the Arsenal. We are by far
the greatest team
North London has ever seen.
the world has ever seen.
Yes, I'm going for Arsenal win 3-1. No explanation.
I'm going
Coming off a cool semi-final Champions League qualification.
From semi-final qualification. I'm going with the facts. Rotation will happen, right? I don't know if Saka will even. I just mention him again. Jorginho looks like he was kicked somewhere. You know, he finished the last game with 10 men.
Hiyo yake ni dangerous. Inakaa kale Aguero. So that's how Aguero got off the Barcelona game. Yeah.
Akishika tu moyo hivyo.
Moyoni, moyoni.
Yeah. Bruh. You know, I predicted the Brentford game right. And I don't know why I feel like I'm seeing another draw. 2-2.
You're going to win this one.
I'm seeing another draw.
Saka has to score.
I think he won't even start. The rotation will be heavy.
Because
the fact that Partey played this game at right back, then he's going to play at Madrid. Rotation will be heavy.
You actually have a midweek game, I think.
Who?
Palace.
So we're playing Ipswich.
See, mko na double game week.
After next week? Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, mi kitu nakwambia ni
Arsenal win 3-1.
2-2 draw.
Aya, we have
And
the
some
best
run.
team in Manchester. Manchester United taking on Wolves at the OT.
Mnaona mkishinda hii team?
Vibaya sana.
Mi sioni mkichapa.
Piga 3-1. Very confident. Very confident.
Kwanza if Zax is still out. What is his injury?
Hamstring. Hamstring. Season yake ishaisha. It's over.
Bro. Unadhani mtachapa Wolves na Hoylund?
Yeah, na Chido Obi Main.
First of all, hii team mmeyaramia siku mingi sana, si ndio? Hii Wolves mmeyaramia, mwanyima pena. Ile season nyingine pia mmeyaramia hii team. Hii team acha nikwambie.
But we paid that versus Nini when Bruno got a red card.
Versus Wolves.
Yeah. Alafu Onana
conceded. Nikiwa coach hapo hivyo, we have to pay back what happened to us in OT. For some reason I don't see you guys winning this game. Sioni kabisa. Kwanza Bruno na shinanigan zake sahi ashaanza kujama na peleka kwa bench. To be fair to him hakutupa mikono. But bro sioni. Wolves ni wazi. Ndio mtajua mtu anaitwa Strand Larsen. Hapo ndo pali mtajua. Hii game
na the fact that now we are the favorites to take Kunya. I think sasa hapa ndio atapiga auditions zingine.
In audition mzee.
Plus the fact that we have no one who can tackle. Atakuwa anashika ball
from
one
end. Oh my god, you're making my point for me.
But we will beat them. I think the OT crowd will
3-2 Wolves.
3-1 United.
3-2 Wolves.
3-1 United. Then we have Leicester taking on champions elect Liverpool.
3-0.
4-0.
3-0 to Liverpool. Then they remain with one game.
Spurs.
There's actually nothing Leicester is good at, right?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I was surprised they even scored 2 goals this past weekend.
Cavani.
But still, no match for Mo Salah.
Running down the way.
Mo Salah. New contract signing. Van Dijk pia ndio amesign contract mpya. This is the game that Darwin Nunez
running down the way
reminds Votvas that he's a footballer.
Battle of the Mids.
3-0 bro. 3-0.
I'm going for 4-1 Liverpool win.
Leicester Z.
Higher on Monday we have Spurs taking on Tricky Trees Nottingham Forest.
Bro. Have you watched a Spurs game recently?
Yeah. Yeah, so
It's just they just don't instill any confidence. This team is just poor bro.
yeah.
So with that being said, I will go with a win for our Nottingham Forest, who need to bounce back. It's more pounce.
Yeah.
Na manager aliwaambia maze you have to play for this. Walambiwa, you have to play for your moment. You cannot just come and expect that it will be given to you. And who's the coach for Nottingham Forest?
Nuno Espirito,
And who fired him unceremoniously?
Daniel Levy.
So he's coming with a point to prove. He's
Yeah.
coming to show that he has built a team that Spurs fans would just be jealous of. And also Elanga.
Rhythm is a dancer.
And I come through. So I'm going with the Nottingham Forest win.
I'm going for Forest to win 2-1.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
3-1.
Hideous Twins
The
United.
thing is, wakishafungwa ya pili, Spurs will want to attack.
Plus
Na pale pale watashukua attack.
watakuwa washachoka after chucking kuyaga mashindano ya Europa League. Yeah,
Walidraw na Eintracht.
at home. So,
Celebration ya nani ilikuwa kali.
yeah, Ekitike. Moto sana. Make sure you like, subscribe, share and follow me.
Kwa hayo machache, let's go boys. Shout out to Maringo United, nimevajazia Marish. East West pia wako na offer kali. Make sure you go through Jazzy saini ni how much? Punch to.
Yeah.
Punch to. Kwa one punch man.
Just the season.
Just the season by the way.